So that little bitch start tripping, we gon' get the best. Now on my past, she little bitch start tripping, we gon' get the best. Now on my past, she like living fast.
Hey guys, in this tutorial I'm basically going to be just showing you some standard kill effects that professional editors like LGMK and Yarn use. I want to make this intro quick, so if you like this video, subscribe. If you don't. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, so I have my clip in here, and I have my audio in here, and I'm going to sync it up to the audio. So I'm going to try and find the place where the beat first drops, and I'm going to align that with the shot. Alright.
So that little bitch start tripping, we gon' get the best.
Alright, the beat just dropped there, so I'm going to take that. I'm also going to find the place where the shot gets hit in this clip. And if you select the song, the audio, or if you select the video and press M, it'll set a marker, and that will be very useful, especially if you have snapping on. Okay, so I found right where the kill happens. I'm gonna go in and I'm going to actually drag it back a little bit more to just when the numbers come up, but that's personal preference and it's totally up to you. Okay, so I'm going to drag the clip over the marker that I've set here, which is the beat drop, and it should look like this.
So that little bitch start tripping, we gon' get the best.
Okay, so now that's pretty good, but we want to do some time remapping because that's going to make the clip seem a lot better. So with the audio in mind of this video, we're going to, I like to do it right when the shotgun comes out, so it's about there. We're going to split that clip, so we have two separate clips here, and then we're going to right click the right clip, and we're going to press link clips, and that'll unlink the clips. So now then select off of it to make sure you're not selecting both. Then you're going to press retime curve, and then you're going to scroll in enough so that you find this button, retime frame, and you're going to change it from retime frame, and you're going to select only retime speed. Now what you're going to want to do on retime speed is you're going to want to keyframe right here at the beginning of this clip, and then you're going to want to find just about slightly there. That's what I like to do, and it's a personal preference. Find your own editing style. But that's about where I like to do it, so that's going to put it slow motion. And then from here, we go right to where the numbers appear, which is right here. And then we're going to drag that fully up to 300. And then we're going to drag the remaining speed all the way down to 50. So it'll look a lot more clean. So watch this. So that's really clean, and obviously you can keep it up there if you want. But we're actually going to want to find where the shot actually hits, because the speed is a little bit different now. So now we're getting into the Fusion tab. So let's go into the Fusion tab, keeping your I don't know what it's called, but keeping your tab thingy over this clip, which happens after the shot hits. And there are a couple of things that I really like to do here. Now the first is an S_flicker. So in order to get this, you're gonna have to install Sapphire plugins. And obviously, if you don't want to, I'll have the link down below. But if you don't want to install Sapphire plugins, there is a flicker in DaVinci Resolve. So press Control Space and search up flicker. There is a flicker edition in DaVinci Resolve, but I really like the preset one in Sapphire, so I'm going to use Sapphire. You guys can use the flicker in DaVinci Resolve if you want, and you guys can edit the settings. So I'm doing S flicker, so I'm going to add an S flicker. I also want to add some chromatic aberration, so something that I've already done a tutorial on if you look at my channel. So I'm going to search up, and this is only for Sapphire. I'm going to search up S shake, and that's going to add Sapphire shake. So you have to download plugins, Sapphire plugins for chromatic aberration. I'm going to turn the frequency down to that. I'm going to turn down the phase. Z-Dis stays. Motion blur length. Everything goes down to 0. And if you're having trouble with this, I'm just skipping through this. But if you want a more detailed explanation, you can go visit my chromatic aberration tutorial for this one, because it goes a lot more in depth. So I'm just turning everything down to 0. And then when you get over here, you're going to want to turn up the red amplitude slightly. That's pretty good. Okay, so next thing we really like to do is, this is going to involve some keyframe. So we're going to search up glow. And this is the DaVinci Resolve glow. I'm not using any plugins this time. You can see here it's really bright. We're going to want to turn it to 0.646. I'll have all these numbers down in the description, so you can just copy paste, because a lot of them are really long. So we press 0.646, and you want to hold and drag this tracker. You want to drag it all the way to the beginning. So right there, right at the beginning of your clip, you're going to want to keyframe. So when you're keyframing, now we're going to drag it to the end of our clip, and we're going to want to put it at 0.05. Now what that does, if you look at the numbers, is it makes this really bright, and then it gradually decreases. Another thing is another thing that I like to put in is the blur. Now this is again a DaVinci Resolve feature, no plugins required, and I like to put it at 4, and then keyframe it. Make sure it's at the beginning, and then I keyframe it, and then put it at the end, and then keyframe, and then put it at 0. So now we have a flicker, a chromatic aberration, a glow that gradually decreases, and a blur that gradually decreases. And the last thing that I like to add is a shake. So shakes are not meant to be, they're not meant to be super outstanding, especially when you're editing highlights. You want them to be really subtle. Okay, so I put in the shake, and for this shake, I'm going to want to again drag my tracker to the beginning of the clip and keyframe X deviation, Y deviation, overall strength, and speed. Okay, so I'm going to bring up my notepad actually, because this has all my numbers. So the X deviation is going to start at 0.1 or 0.118. And then the Y deviation is going to start at 0.134. Then the overall strength is going to be 0.071. And the speed is going to be the same number. And then we're going to drag the tracker to the end. So, and then we're going to, I'm going to copy paste these numbers from my notepad. And I'll have these numbers down below, so you can copy paste them as well. Or you can just round them to the nearest number, so it's easier for you to remember and write down. So now we have a really nice fill effect. Another thing that I forgot is that you want to put these edges to mirror, so it doesn't give you any transparent or black border. Okay, so the last effect I want to show you is when you want to turn a clip into purple. I've used this a lot in my highlights and my montage, and essentially the most simple version is you select that clip, make sure your tracker is over it, go to color tab, and then select this I don't know what it's called, this button right here, and then you can change it to whichever color you like. So I'm a big fan of this. Okay, so that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you for watching my tutorial. I hope you guys learned something. Comment down below if you are having any trouble, or if you want something that you want me to make a tutorial on. I'm always happy to help. Peace.
So that little bitch stop tripping, we gon' get the bag. Chanel on my back, she like living fast. She wanna fall with me cause we getting cash. I hit that bitch raw, did that and I passed. I did not learn shit in that motherfucking class. It's stats, I put that bitch like a bag. Racks, I'm tryna get all that cash. Body, she wanna move fast. That little bitch stop tripping, we gon'